Hi you guys. So I'm going to show you how to do these awesome dot paintings. They're really popular, they're really fun, and I'm going to show you how to do them on the Procreate app, okay? And you don't need a lot of experience in art, and I'm going to show you how to do it really easy, okay? So first thing you're going to do is you're going to go into your app here and you're going to get a piece of paper. I use a square piece of paper and I use a 4,000 by 4,000 because if I want to, I can send it to, say, Walgreens or, you know, Vista Print or wherever, CVS or wherever you want, to Office Max or Walmart, wherever you want, and you can make a really cool poster for your room, or, you know, you like a print, and you can sell them on Etsy or whatever, make it prints out of them, or you know, you can make tiles or whatever. So I feel like if you do a 4,000 by 4,000, it's a good size. And you could put on your Instagram too or whatever. Okay, so you make here's your paper. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to come over here and go to background color and select black. Now you can, of course, make it whatever color you want. You can make it purple. You can do whatever color you want. But just for this purposes here, I'm going to make it black. That's kind of a common color to make it. But like I say, you can do whatever color you want. You can be as creative as you want with this. Now I'm going to do all different kinds of videos because this is like my new obsession. I'm an artist, so I like switch around with my different obsessions. But right now I'm kind of into this, so this is what these videos are about. All right, so this one here is a background. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a little grid. So what we're going to do is now let's create a white color. Just get a white color. Go to your pencil tool, and in your dot painting kit that I've given you, okay, with this download, it's below, select a grid. Now this one has like 8 segments in it, and here's your dot guide. So it depends on how creative you want to get with your grids here. Just use your different grid here. I give you 2 grids, and you just stamp it. Select your little arrow tool and just hit fit to screen, and that puts it right here in the middle for you on your screen. On your guides, I don't want to confuse you, you're only going to have 1 in your kit. You're not going to have 2. You're only going to have one of these dot guides in your kit, okay? So don't worry about the 2. You're only going to have 1 dot guide. I'm not going to make it confusing for you. All right, so back to this. So now what I want you to do is you're going to go in here to your opacity level, and you don't want it to be so bright. So just get it to a level that's good enough for your eyes so you could see it, but not like really bright, but just, you know, make it bright enough to where, you know, it's kind of out of your way a little bit, but to where you can still see it, you know. Okay, now that you have that, create a new layer here by hitting the plus sign. Now you're ready to start painting. Now, what you need to do in order to get it so that the dots will go around in a circle for you, you're going to go over here to your little wrench tool, see right here, and you're going to hit this drawing guide, this little button right here, and that creates a drawing guide for you. Then hit this button here where it says edit the drawing guide. Hit symmetry, this little button here that says symmetry. Hit your options. Hit the thing that says rotational symmetry and radial. Just make sure that these 3 buttons are all checked right here. All these 3 buttons are checked. Just check, 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 and hit done. Simple. You don't have to worry about nothing else. Just check them all and be done with it. Okay, now everything is ready to go. And you can look here. You've got your little guide is on this layer, and your drawing layer for your colors, and you're going to start your layering over here. Simple. Now you just start drawing. So the first thing you're going to do is you could put your middle in, or however you're going to do your design, okay? So let's just say we're going to start the middle with a simple white dot. So let's come over here, and you can see here I have different things that I've given you to create your masterpiece. So let's say now there's 2 different dot stamps. This one gives kind of a more of a realistic dot that's sort of a blurry dot that looks more like like an airbrushed paint dot, and this is more of an artificial type of a really tight stampy dot. So it kind of depends on what type of a look that you want to go for. I'm going to choose dot number 1 right here. Now over here is your sizes. This controls how big your dots are going to be, and over here is how light or dark or transparent your dots are going to be, okay? So for right now, I'm just going to keep this all the way up so that it's full on color, and this is going to be about, I don't know, let's just make it about this size, and I'm just going to stamp it right in the middle, okay? Now let's just start maybe by making these lines here. Maybe make this about, I don't know, let's try let's see, you just kind of play around with this. Maybe make that about an 8%, like that, 8%. And then now if we want to really make it a little bit decorative, let's maybe make this a 4% in the middle, and maybe you can make those like maybe connect like that. Okay, and then now let's say we want to make a ring around here. So let's come over here and let's grab this ring number 1. All right, and let's say we want them to be a blue. All right, and maybe I should make a little palette for you guys. Want me to make you a little palette? I'll share a palette for you, okay? So I'm going to create a palette here, and let's say we're going to do this blue. So I'm going to share this palette with you too, and the palette will be in this kit. So in the kit that you're going to have, a dot painting kit is going to give you all these tools plus the set of these colors, okay? So whatever colors I come up with here, it'll be the colors you'll have for this little kit, okay? All right, so let's say we make a blue dot, all right? So I'm going to start off with some blue rings here. Now I'm just winging this, so I have no idea how this is going to come out. Okay, so now what I'm doing here is I'm trying to kind of center this dot. Okay, just like that maybe, you know, just kind of center it right about there so that it's kind of centered in between the line there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I want to get a light blue color for you. So let's maybe take this blue here. So let's put that blue in there for you. And let's go back to our dot, grab a dot again, and then let's get a size that might fit inside there. You just kind of play around with it a little bit until you get a size that you think might fit, and just kind of fit it inside there. See? See how pretty that is? Okay, now let's say we want to take that same dark blue again and kind of make the ring, make it look, maybe make it a little bit smaller and put one in the middle. See how that gives it a little bit of a distinct circle? But see how it's a little off? And you could be as picky as you want about trying to get it centered, you know, and you just erase it and just keep playing it around until you kind of get it right in kind of the middle. You know, you don't have to be perfect about it, but, you know, I'm a detailed person, so I just kind of mess around until I get it as perfect as I can. Now, if you want to give it a little bit more of a highlight, you can add another little, that same color blue you want. Just make it a little bit smaller than the other circle and kind of put that in the middle. But again, try to get it in the middle if you can. And if you want it to be a little bit more translucent, you can just, you know, move this one up or down, and you can get it so it's not quite as stark if you want to get it a little bit lighter. See how it's a little bit lighter in the middle? And then maybe if you want to get it in a really nice highlight, grab a white. Here, I'll give you a pure white in there. Grab a white and then maybe make it a nice little pinpoint dot in the middle. And another kind of thing you could do too is you can make it maybe bigger white. You can off-center it too if you want to. You know, there's different ways you can make a highlight. You can also use a let's see, hopefully I didn't give you a brush. Oh, I need to give you a different brush. Oh boy, I better add another. I will add another brush to this kit. It'll be a freehand. Let me see if this will work. Let me see your freehand dot brush, if that will work. You can maybe draw. Yeah, no, that one won't work. Okay, I'm going to have to give you another brush. I'm going to give you another brush where you can kind of draw your own little, kind of like a little ink pen, so that if you wanted to, you can kind of, like, you know, maybe like a pen where you can actually draw a little highlight in there. So it'll be in your kit, okay? It's just not in here right now, but it will be in the kit. And in future videos, I'll have more brushes for you too. I'm gonna try to get really cool with these things because these are really fun, and it's kind of like my new obsession. So I'm gonna try to make some more good videos for you. So anyways, so let's just put a little dot in here to make a nice, maybe a little highlight. Okay, so there's a little highlight for you. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so there you go. Now you can also, if you wanted to, that's kind of messy, so I'm getting a little bit crazy over here with my dots. Okay, now maybe like if you wanted to, on top of here too, you can always come in your colors, hit this classic mode, and you can kind of pick a highlight color if you wanted to, and then go back and get your dot pen again, and then in your dot pen, go over here and get your dot stamp, and then go back in, and if you wanted to, you can go back in here and do these little guys too if you want. Just go all the way around. You know, it just depends on how detailed you know, that you want to get. You see, I'm just going all the way around here, and I'm adding the onto here. You know, you don't have to be as creative, you know, as crazy as I get. I'm really detailed, so I like to make things really, really nuts and crazy. But, you know, you just have fun, and that's the whole point of it, you know. Now, maybe we want to add something in the middle here. So maybe we want to add another blue dot in here in the middle. So maybe add a blue dot in here. And then the same thing, maybe we want to add another light one in the middle. So now we've got it. So it looks like it's kind of like a little connective ring. Okay, now let's bring in another color. How about we get like an orangey color? So let's add that in, and then let's go full color, and let's add an orange. How about that? A nice orange. If you wanted to make it a little bit bigger, you know, you just kind of play around. I'm just playing around here. I'm just kind of centering it. If I'm not happy with where I put it, I just erase it and then start over. Okay, so that's kind of nice. And then now, let's see. Let's try a yellow. Let's put a yellow in here for the middle. And I'm just going to put a nice yellow in there. And then I'm going to highlight that with a white. Okay, it's kind of nice. Okay, maybe I'll put some little white ones here too, just to connect them a little bit like that. It looks kind of better if it's connected. It looks a little bit more detailed. Okay, now what we can do here is, you know, like if you really want to get detailed, you can always, you know, go in here and put more dots in here if you really want to. See how when I'm putting the dots, I'm just kind of, see? That just gives it a little bit more oomph, a little bit more detail to it, you know. Just depends, like I say, on how detailed you really want to go with your, if you like a lot of detail like this, then you see how I'm just putting the dots wherever I kind of want to have my dots. Okay, let's take that orange again. And let's maybe make another little dot in here with an orange. And let's grab the yellow again. See? As you can see, you can make a really pretty little, it's not hard to do either, and it's a lot of fun. And when you print it out and you make a nice little collection on your wall, it looks so good and it's just so satisfying. Maybe you want to put a color inside the middle of this dot too. Maybe you want to tie everything in with the blue. Maybe you want to tie it in with the blue, you know, if you want. So now we can come up with something else. So now maybe we want, let's try one of these little guys, and I'll show you how to use one of these. Let's say we want to put in a nice decorative little border here. Let's say we want to put a nice let's just keep the palette simple for this one. Let's add a little bit of purple. Maybe we'll put a little dark purple swoosh border in here. Okay, that's too small. So let's see here. What does a nice little border look like? What do we think? Do we like that purple border? Sure, why not? That looks nice, huh? Nice purple little border there. And then let's see if we get a little lighter and then make it a little smaller. What would that do? Okay. You can maybe layer it like that. See, so you can give it like a little bit of a lighter effect. And then if you wanted to go a little lighter too, you can go into your classics, make it a little bit lighter even, and then you can even make it a little smaller if you want. I mean, this is just something where you just really got to play around, you know, with your, you know, you can get as detailed as you want as far as how you make your little stamps. I just kind of played around with that there just to see. Okay, now let's say we want to put a little white dot. Maybe we could try this. I don't know if this will work, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's just try and see what these look like. I don't know if I'm going to like that. No, I'm not going to like that. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of those. All right, let's try just a regular white dot. Make like a little pearl type of a thing here. Let's see if I like that. So you just got to play around. not even looking at anything to do this. This is just coming out of my mind. And that's the cool thing about this. You could just relax and just have fun with it. You know, you don't have to think. You don't have to be worried about. There's nothing being realistic. There's just designing and having fun. Put some music on. I usually watch LMN or one of my little shows, or you know, if you want, put on some relaxing music. You can really go zen. You know. I don't know if I like that. I'll leave that empty for right now. Okay. And if you want to kind of see what it looks like, you can go in here and just turn this off by unchecking it. And then it gives you kind of an idea of what it looks like. These lines that you see in here will disappear when you actually are printing it out. They're just there for your use right now. Okay. So now, let's say we want to add some more of those little jewels type of a look. So let's say we go for another ring, and let's say we want to add an orange ring this time, another orange ring. So we'll add an orange ring up in here, but we want it bigger, let's say. And you just try to stick with your line. And if you don't like it, you know, you could just say, okay, well, do I want it bigger? Do I want it smaller? And you just use your guides as your little handy guides as far as where you're centering it. You know, and go back and get your dot pen again, and then try to figure out a size that you might fit in there. That's too small. Okay, and then you can go light. Now also, you don't have to do a purple and a light purple. You can also, I could have stick an orange on top of there if I wanted to. Maybe I will, just to show you. You know, you can use complementary colors. You know, you don't have to use purple. You don't have to stick with just one color. You know, you can have fun with different kind of color combinations. That's the cool thing about this. You can put any kind of colors you want on top of them. That's the fun thing about it. Okay, I'm just going to add maybe a little bit of highlights to these. Right here, see how I'm just putting little highlights on the orange. Now, what's fun, if you really want to take your time on here, is to use the graduating colors to make it look like a real graduated ring of colors. To go lighter, lighter, darker, darker, darker. I'll show you. Let's do one, and I'll show you what I mean. These are if you really want to make some real intricate ones, like really cool posters, you know. I'll show you. I will turn you into amazing artists. Like your family isn't even going to believe it. I mean, you can print these out on, like if you go to places like Society6 or Redbubble or Zazzle, you could print them on notebook covers and phone book covers and all kinds of cool stuff. Okay, so you can really have good fun with this. So like, look, let's say we wanted to go with the purple ring, or let's do a blue ring. I don't know, let's do a blue ring, okay? So look, let's start with a dark blue, okay? So let's see how they have all these colors here, see? So what's cool about this is, let's say we pick a really dark blue, almost black, and we're gonna start with a big ring. Let's just kind of, I'm just gonna show you here, let's see how this works out. That's not big enough. Let's start like a bigger ring. Okay, so now we got a big ring, right? And it's not centered enough for me in the middle. I try to like it centered right there, so it's nice and centered on that line. Okay, now the fun thing about this is to make a ring so it looks like it's kind of like, you know, that Fimo sculpting clay, or what's it called, Milli Fioro, or whatever that kind of graduated ring is. Take another color and just go a little bit lighter. And then make it a little bit smaller. So this is 30%. Let's go like 26%. And then try to keep it centered right. You know, try to center it as best as you can. Then go here and get another color, a little bit lighter, and then a little bit smaller, and then center it again. Try to center it. Okay, then go a little bit lighter again, and just go a little bit smaller again and center it. Okay, and then go here. I mean, you're getting the idea, right? You're getting a little bit lighter and then a little bit smaller each time, right? See how it's making it? It's making a really cool graduated ring of color. And it's slowly graduating into color like a ring. Isn't that, and that's a really cool effect, right? It looks like it's graduating into colors. It's a really cool effect. I like it. So that's cool. If you wanted to try something like that, you can have a nice little glowing effect. That's probably really cool with red too, if you wanted to do it with red. Now, if we wanted to go along the outside of that with white, we could have done a white ring. Let's try if we want to do a ring around there. Or maybe let's try that ring. I don't know. Let's see if that ring works. With these rings are a little harder. I'm going to show you why these are harder. Let's make these bigger and see. These are a little harder to place. You have to really kind of play around with these. Now, another thing you can do is put these on a different layer, okay? And I'll show you why. Add another layer and then put these on and make sure you put it on assist. Make sure you go on drawing assist so that you can, so it duplicates everything, right? Because then you can take this and you can move them. See how I'm moving it down and around? But see, it's not centering them. So, see, it's only centering this top one. So if you really want to be really, really accurate, you can do one at a time, where you could just take one of these at each one individually and set each one individually, which is really what you have to do. So that's like, let's save that one for a different, more advanced video. I don't want to freak you guys out on this one yet. That's for a more advanced video. But for right now, let's just stick with the circle. So let's try to use this circle here again and see if we can get this circle on here. Okay, so let's try to put it on a drawing assist and see if we can get that circle on there. Yeah, we can get that circle around that. So I mean, you know, so see what I mean? You just kind of play around with it and see if how you like it. Let's make a bigger circle here. Okay, that's not centered. Okay. See, that one's not centered on the line. I had to kind of use my eyes for that one because if I followed that line, it didn't really quite work. You have to kind of go with your eye and kind of place it where you want it to kind of go. And you just got to kind of play around until you like the placement of where you're placing it. And I don't think I even want that one to be white anyways. Well, no, I really don't want it to be white. I want that one to be that orange I picked. Yeah, looks a little bit better with the orange. I kind of want to keep the colors flowing, you know, but I want it to be centered. So like I say, you know, you just play around with it. See, even me, I mean, I've been doing this for so long that it's hard for me to get them centered. But you just play around until you get them centered to where you are comfortable with it. And then you just keep going around until you're happy. And I'm just going to put that one in here. And I'm kind of rushing this through, you know, because I'm doing the video and everything. If I were to just be doing this, you know, by my own self, of course, I would be. Actually, I'm going to switch this because purple and orange are more complementary to each other. And I'm going to put the blue. And actually, I don't even like the blue there either. I think I'll put an orange in there. Like I say, you know, another thing too is you can always draw them out with colors so that you can kind of pick a color palette. And I didn't do that for this one because I'm just kind of winging it for the video because I just want to give you an idea of how to do it. You can get a lot of ideas online too on choosing colors and color palettes and stuff. But I just wanted to give you, you know, just kind of wanted to give you an idea, whet your appetite a little bit. I'll do another video where I do an actual really good one. Where you can kind of color it along with me, and I'll give you a palette, and I'll give you the guide, and I'll actually give you a pattern. And you can color along with me, and we can do a really cool one together. I think that'd be really fun. But this one, I just wanted to get you guys kind of going on it, you know, so you can have some fun. And just get you kind of started, you know. Okay, now let's kind of hook these together. So we need to kind of add some more dots to make it a little bit more complete. Let's add some white dots in here. Okay, that's too big. Okay, these are too big. But you're getting the idea. And you just kind of put your dots in to where you want them to connect. But wherever you do it, just kind of do them in the same spots, you know, so that they're connecting. Okay, and then if you're gonna have a smaller one, maybe make it a little smaller. You can add a different color in here. Let's grab some orange, maybe. Let's grab an orange, maybe put an orange one in here. And an orange one in here, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'm just messing around. You get the idea. But see how it's starting to fill up a little bit? You can maybe add one in here, maybe add one in here. Depends on how busy you want it to be. Maybe you liked it more simple. You know, it just, like I say, it depends on how detailed you want it to be. Now, I didn't do any walking of the dots. Walking of the dots means you're going to make it smaller or bigger, where the big dot up here is really big, and then it goes from bigger, and then these will be smaller. Like this one will be really big, and then they'll go smaller down. But those are going to be for more advanced, and I'll do in a more advanced one. Just keep following me, okay? Because I'll put up more videos for you. So anyway, you got the basic idea, okay? So I'll just end this video here. But I mean, you could just keep going all the way until the end of the page. You could just keep going all the way away. You know, just put dots all over the place until the whole thing's full if you want. But you got the basic idea, okay? So I hope that you enjoyed this little brief video on how to do dot painting. I'll do all different kinds, so just keep following me. Be sure to like and subscribe, and please comment, because I really read the comments and stuff, because I want to know how you guys like this kind of stuff. Because the more I see that you guys like it, the more I will do more of the videos, because then I'll know that you guys like it. And so I'll just say, okay, well, you guys liked it, so I better make more of the videos, okay? So like and subscribe, and thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later. Now I got to figure out how to stop the video. I'm not very good at filming, so thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Uh-oh, I got to figure out how to stop it.